Yo! What's good, YouTube? Are you super hyped about this set? I'm super hyped, guys. It's the Six Samurai set. Now let me tell you a little bit of let me tell you a story about Six Samurais. So when I was 13 years old, I bought a booster pack, and I got a secret rare Grandmaster of the Six Samurai. And since then, Samurais has been one of my favorite archetypes. And when I was 13, I entered my first regionals, and I was able to top 8 that regionals with a really budget Six Samurai deck. And it was the same deck I took to nationals that year, and yeah, I love Six Samurais. And since then, Samurais got so much more powerful. They got synchros, they got exceeds. You know, they are super strong. And I'm so hyped that Six Samurais are hitting Duel Links. And the cards that they release are pretty good too. It's not just the crappy Samurais. They are missing like 1 or 2 cards to be the top deck in the game. But yeah, let me talk about this. Let me give you a quick review about this set. Starting off with the ultra rares. Actually, these are the cards that they recommend us to get. So let's go to the list of all the cards. So starting off with the ultra rares, Great Shogun Shien. This was a card that wasn't used too often in the TCG. What it does is, when it's on the field, your opponent can only activate one spell or trap card each turn. In this kind of game where you only have 3 spell and traps, I actually don't think it's a huge deal. It's 2/5 attack. There was a deck that played Reasoning where you had to guess a number, and then if you guess the wrong number, you can summon the monster, if that makes sense. So they call a random number between 1 and 12, and then they call. If they call it right, the monster doesn't come out. If they call it wrong, then the monster gets summoned. And this is one of the powerful the ways that this guy was used. But in my honest opinion, I don't think that this card will have much play. I could be wrong, but yeah, you know, it doesn't negate, it just restricts. So to me, I think this card is pretty av. Yeah, it's 2/5, you know, it's too small to do anything. Moving on. Elemental Hero Neo Alias. Now, I'm also quite fond of this card. I played a deck called Gemini Heroes for one of the tournaments in the past, and what this deck does is it uses Stratos to search for Alias, so that's a +1, and then it uses Alias and Gemini Spark, which is like a what's that card that you destroy a monster, a normal monster to you. Why can I not think of the name? I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, this is gonna kill me. I have to find out. Oh man, it's such a crappy card now. It's like, oh man, what? Why am I retarded? Oh my gosh, this one, Order to Charge. Oh. So Gemini Spark is just like Order to Charge, except instead of a normal monster, it's a Gemini monster, and you draw a card as well. So it's like you maintain card advantage, and actually you can use this card. It doesn't just destroy monsters; it can destroy spells and traps. So what you'll do is you'd use it in response to like Mirror Force or Sakuretsu Armor, Dimension Prison, something that would destroy your monster, and you get +2 out of it. Yeah, so it's just a deck full of pluses. The other way it could be used in Duel Links, the way it could be used in Duel Links is probably more with Skyscraper. You know, it goes up to 2,900, and I think they can pretty much just kill anything. So, you know, this plus Skyscraper is actually the Black Dragon Ninja. So, yeah, well, that's something. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is enough to make Heroes competitive, but 1900 vanilla is pretty neat. Moving on. This card, I don't think it will see any play. It's just 1,000 damage burn. It's still pretty hard to summon. Anishi, Xian's Chancellor. So if you played the TCG, Anishi wasn't something that was played in every deck. Maybe people would play one or at most two, but usually people would play 0 of this. It's quite comparable to something like Chaos Sorcerer, which instead of destroying, you banish the monster. This card is pretty decent. You don't have to attack into stuff like Mirror Wall, or Wall of D or anything like that. So you can just literally just keep him on the field and just destroy things every turn. So you have to actually banish 2 6 Samurai monsters from your graveyard to summon him, and you actually can't summon him in any other way. So just straight away thinking about the cards in our pool that can put samurais into the graveyard, I can think of like Screech putting 2 Yaichis in the graveyard. I'll show you Yaichi later. It's the water one that destroys spells and traps. Or you could use like the Blackluster Soldier trap that puts 2 warriors in the graveyard. So you could like add Gaia to your hand and then send 2 samurais. So you might see some combos with this. The effect is super powerful, but I don't know if it's good enough to compete against Dakini. You know, Dakini is just 2/7, so even though you destroy it, even though you're able to summon it and destroy something, it's just not as big as Dakini. And if you're playing all these little combo cards to summon him, you likely don't have defensive cards to protect him. Otherwise, your deck will become too cloggy. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see something cool. But I'm very hyped about this card. I like it. I like it a lot. The Immortal Bushi. This card also saw slight play in the TCG, in like a so okay, let me explain what the card does first. In your standby phase, if you have only warriors in your graveyard, you can summon it from the graveyard. So it's like a Treeborn Frog, but you can have traps. So yeah, I think this just like outshines Treeborn Frog. If you're building a warrior tribute deck, or I don't know. And the cool thing is, you can play this with the Gaia trap as well. So you use the Gaia trap, put this in the graveyard. If you add a Gaia, you set all your traps, summon Gaia, and you can bring this back. And the traps that you could use are, I'd probably use cards like maybe Storm Wall Tornado, but probably more Wall of D's and I don't know, Mirror Wall. But you can't, like, yeah, if you Mirror Wall a 2/7, it's still gonna die. Yeah, so I don't know. You could play Reinforcements. Is that the skill to draw into him? If you want to play like just this and a lot of traps. Yeah, we don't have a lot of like hard removal in this game. So that's pretty much what you would like to play. You'd like to play hard removal and try to hit for 1200 every turn. So you remove the monster, you attack for 12, they attack over this for, I don't know, 6. So you do that every turn and you should win. but we don't have a lot of hard removal, so I don't know how strong this will be. It might be neat to have like a one-off in some sort of warrior toolbox deck. I don't know. I hope it's good. It's interesting, yeah. Tiki Curse. I can't remember if this has ever been played competitively in the TCG. Not, well, nothing I can recall. Special summon. It's an 1800 attack. Well, that's pretty good. While this card is an effect monster, another trap card that is in monster battles. After damage calc destroy the monster. So it turns all your other trap cards into like removal. Yeah, I don't know. Probably good. What's cool about these trap monsters is you can use them in the battle phase, so you don't have to lose them to Dakini. So I'm always referring back to Dakini Cyber Angels because that is the deck to beat at the moment. It's the most powerful deck. Yeah, so this is kind of cool because you don't have to play into Dakini, but he can Dakini can boost, and they still have a spell card to protect it from this. Yeah, honestly, probably not ultra competitive, but I could be wrong. Yeah, you're limited to 3 spell and trap zones, and then you have nothing to protect it, so you'll have to be playing like Karibos. And yeah, the deck's super I don't know what's the word, predictable. Okay, moving on. Gyoku. This card was played heaps, not only in Fire Fist decks. So straight away, this card to me is better than Nobleman of Extermination because you can't respond to it. So this is kind of like a the Fire Ninja that you can't respond to it. What's also cool about this is it gives all your Beast Warriors plus attack. So if you're playing a Beast Warrior deck, then you should be playing this. Yeah, this is probably the best like spell and trap removal in like inverted commas at the moment. You don't have to pay the 1000 life points to destroy, and it locks up their spell and traps. Yeah, if traps become more popular, then you'll see this in like probably Splash in a lot of different decks. Yeah, in Fire Fist this was played in a 3-off, as a 3-off, and other decks around that time you'd see a couple of these as well. Yeah, I'll definitely try to pick up these even if I'm free to play. I'll definitely try to pick up this. Happy Dancer. I don't know much about the Happy cards. You can target one wind monster you control, return it to your hand, then normal summon one wind monster. You can only use the effective Happy Dancer once per turn. It becomes Happy Lady when it's on the field or in the graveyard. So it just lets you have more normal summons. So it's just more spell and trap removal with a field spell. I think, you know, it's pretty useless. It's a 1500 with a field spell and doesn't really do anything else. Yeah, this card it looked really cool when I was reading it. Activate by targeting one level 4 or lower monster in the graveyard. Special summon that target, increase the level by 1 and attack and defense by 100. When the monster is destroyed, destroy this card. But if you destroy this card, the monster is not destroyed. Double but, if you destroy it before it resolves, then yeah, the monster will not come out. This card is like the closest to Call of the Haunted we have, and it's quite neat. With the probably the You'll see this in any of the 6 samurai decks because they need more than 1 samurai on board. So if you have this, it helps you get the 2nd samurai on board, especially if you use the different methods to get the monsters into the grave, like Screech or the BLS trap. So yeah, there are probably a ton of different ways you could play this. Yeah, the worst case, it's just like damage. You can just summon monsters and attack, and you can summon in attack or defense mode. So this is pretty cool. You increase the level by 1. I don't know if that's relevant. Maybe it's your beatdown. You can beat down an extra 300. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's really cool. I think this will see play. You know, we said that about Birthright, and we said that about the other trap. But this time, I really think this will see play because you can use the effect as well. Okay, moving on. Parallel Twister. Send one other spell or trap card you control to the graveyard. Then target one card on the field, destroy it. Maybe you'll see this in ninjas. Sometimes you have just like spell and trap cards on board, and you just want to destroy something. Yeah, maybe you'll see this in ninjas. Because sometimes when you play the continuous spell, you don't really need it, so you can destroy it. Like, you could use that to set a different trap and destroy it. But it's still a overall minus. Yeah, I don't like the card, but it might still see play. Because it is removal. Yeah. Cyber Harpy Lady. Oh, they do have quite a few Harpy cards. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't think it'll be competitive. 1800 though. 1800. Irrelevant. This card saw a bit of play in Rescue Cat. What is it, like? Synchro Cat. And also like Dark Arm Dragon decks. Yeah, in Rescue Cat you could just copy the effects and then like remove stuff. And in Dark Arm Dragon, yeah, you just copy effects and just remove stuff as well. Probably it won't have any competitive play because the power level of the other cards that you would copy aren't strong enough. And there's no easy way to search this out like with Rescue Cat or like Sangan or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, this card did have some play in the competitive TCG scene. Sabersaurus, super good, good for dinos. Does it make a difference? Does the 100 damage make a difference? It goes from like 2-1 to 2-2 with the field spell. Yeah, I don't think that makes a huge difference. People might the only real difference is it's an earth, and it's a rare, so it's more accessible. Yeah, I don't think it makes the deck that much better. But I don't know, if we do get like Rescue Cat, sorry, Rescue Rabbit, we have Sabersaurus and Cabazols now. So come on, Lagia. Zenji, yeah, Zenji's pretty good. Its effect is like when you have another 6 samurai, when it attacks, it just destroys a monster. So you know, against Gladiator Beast, I think the matchup against Gladiator Beast is the 6 samurai players trying to establish more than one 6 samurai on board, where the Gladiator Beast is trying to prevent them from having more than one. Because this card actually destroys it before it can tag out, so even if they are protected by battle, they'll still die. Like if they Wall of D this to 0 attack and the monster has 1 defense, it'll still die. Yeah, so it'll be interesting the dynamic between Six Samurais and Gladiator Beast. Based on the cards release, I think Gladiator Beast will struggle against Six Samurais, but Six Samurais will like struggle against everything else. Yeah, because it's really easy for Six Samurais to just play against decks that have a lot of traps, because you can just choose not to attack and then get value from the dudes. So this is the Yaichi. This is the water one that you'd put in the graveyard with Screech if you wanted to play that. Back in the early Six Samurai days, when there weren't a lot of cards, you could summon this with Mother Grizzly, and at that time Zaborg was really strong, so you would also like put in a Treeborn Frog and like 3 Zaborgs, and your Mother Grizzly would like search for either this if you had another Six Samurai, or your Treeborn Frog if you had Zaborg. And the objective was just to pop as many traps as you could, so you just get +1 every turn, and you use this effect to let the other monster die, so just to keep it on board. Yeah, the games at the moment, there's not a lot of not a lot you can destroy. Maybe like a Floodgate Track Hole, but they'll probably use it on this card. So there doesn't seem like there's a lot to destroy. Yeah. But there are a lot of good samurais. Okay, moving on. Yeah, Iru. How do you pronounce it? Iru? Irau? At the start of the damage step, if it attacks a face-down defense position monster, just destroy the monster. It doesn't get its effect. So it's like a better Sasuke Samurai. Yeah, not a lot of people see monsters at the moment. Probably not too relevant. In the TCG, when this deck first came out, you'd play like all of them because you could search it with reinforcements of the army. So it became like a real big toolbox what you wanted to do. But in this game, yeah, there is no reinforcements. So probably it just seems like you want to play Yaichi and what's the other one? Zanji. What other ones do they have? Hand of the Six Samurai is good. I guess like you might have to play it for the name. Shin's Foot Soldier. You can switch yourself one level 3 or lower Six Samurai. So that's like only Yaichi. Probably not good. Oh, you could get hand. Okay, yeah. So you could get hand. But I think it'll be they'll probably this dies too hard to Dakini, and it dies too hard to Gladiator Beast, and yeah. Okay. When a 6 samurai monster the attacking monster loses 500 attack during the damage calc. Huh. This never really saw play in the game, in the competitive scene, but it doesn't seem terrible. No, yeah, it does seem terrible. Moving on. Oh, cool. Another 1800 Fire King, and this one gives you value. So yeah, good. You add another Fire King to your hand. Oh, Hazy Flame. This set has so much Hazy Flame support. It's like almost good. Like I've never been a fan of Hazy Flame, and with all the support now, I think it's like really almost good. You can this one you can see one fire monster from your hand to the grave. Tribute this card, special summon 2 hazy monsters from your deck. It's like, oh, yeah, it's like really almost good. It's like this guy's like too tiny though. It still has the same problems. It still loses to Cyber Angels. Still loses to Mirror Wall, and you're playing Pyros now. You don't get to play the Beast cards. So Hazy Flame support like might even make the deck worse. I don't know. It's interesting. Irrelevant. This guy can attack. Is this attack directly or attack twice? Directly. Oh. Is there like a way you could just attack directly 4 times? Huh. Yariza. Maybe the other 6 samurai cards just suck and you should be playing this and attacking directly 4 times. With some sort of like new age burn deck. I hope not. This guy's the one who attacks twice. Yeah. Like on an open board, you know, 28, that's nothing to laugh at. If you boost it up by 600, if you put a Horn of the Phantom Beast this game, this guy destroys face-up salts and traps. Yaichi is probably better because you force him to activate or reveal it. This one plays around things that are already active. You used to see this in side decks. With these other ones, you used to never see them. Equip to a 6 samurai monster against 200 attack. Relevant. During your draw phase, each time you draw a 6 samurai monsters, you can reveal it. People summon it! I don't remember this card ever being played. Could you just like reload in your draw phase and no. Too gimmicky. It's a -1. Yeah, I don't think it'll be good. This card was pretty good as a side deck card for like a long time. Definitely pick it up. It's only a normal, not hard to get. So anything that activates in the graveyard, or anything that targets the graveyard, you can just negate and destroy. It's pretty good against a lot of decks. Yeah. So this like straight counters the trap card, the new OP trap. Irrelevant. 3 6 samurai monster. You're not even gonna summon 2 irrelevant. If a 6 samurai monster you control is destroyed by battle, you should summon up to 2 from your hand. Too much minus. When a level 4 lower warrior monster is normal summon on your side of the field, you just summon a token that's equal to it. Huh. With the same name. Irrelevant. If you control 3 or more of the same name except tokens. Target 3 monsters your opponent controls, destroy those. 3 cards your opponent. No. Relevant. Oh man, this is a beast. This is good. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 hazy card from your hand. This card's good, man. I think hazies might actually be decent. Hazy Glory, you can normal summon Hazy Flame, 1 less tribute. You can send this face up card, target 1 hazy card in your graveyard, except this. Except Hazy Glory, and add that to your hand. Probably good. It would probably replace the spot of Soul Exchange, but Soul Exchange is also removal, whereas this is just like a way to summon. Maybe you'd see you wouldn't see more than 1 of this, I don't think. And this one, your opponent cannot target cards. Okay, cool. You can send face up fire monster. Man, I can't read at the moment. You can send 1 fire monster, except this card from your hand, or face up on your side of the field to the graveyard. This card. To protect it. Yeah, actually, I don't think this is as good as the other one. I think like card advantage is more valuable, like just adding cards to your hand. It also thins your deck. So I don't actually like that card. Any battle damage a player takes becomes 1,000. you could like play this and attack directly with those like 1 attack dudes and kill them in 4 attacks. Yeah. Anyway, that's the whole set. My overall thoughts are like, I hope 6 Samurais are good. You know, Inishi, removing something every turn is still something to like be worried about. You'd have to like if they are able to protect an Inishi, I don't think it's you're able to win in any way. How does this set impact the meta? I think on release, probably 6 Samurais are as powerful as Gladiator Beasts, and maybe it might be a long shot, but maybe like a E-Hero Skyscraper deck might be played. You know, I still think Cyber Angels is the deck to beat. Nothing really hurts ninjas too much. Well, there are like there are a couple of things that do hurt ninjas, but yeah, this set is definitely like something for like people who like fans of the game. Like, people will buy the set because they love the cards, not because it's ultra competitive. I actually don't think this set changes too much from about the meta. A lot of the sets, you know, they don't really impact the meta too much. It's like always 1 or 2 good cards, and then like later on, the cards might be good enough. As soon as they release Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, I will change my opinion about this whole set. You know, as soon as they release Grandmaster, you know, Yaichi becomes good, like Zanji becomes good, like all of these cards become good. And yeah, I guess the card I'd really want to get in this set is Powerful Rebirth. I think that's the only real card I care about, because it can be used. Oh, sorry, and Gyoku. These 2 cards are the only 2 cards I really care about. I will definitely make a 6 Samurai deck because I'm a huge fan of 6 Samurais, and yeah, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of people are quite hyped about this set as well, and I hope people do build something really cool. But you know, in my opinion, if nothing happens to the ban list, the same 3 decks will reign supreme. That's Cyber Angels, Ninjas, and yeah, zombies. Oh, sorry. Hazy Flame becomes playable now. I think so. Yep. Hazy Flame is probably tier 2 now. Yeah, it still has the same problems, but it's more consistent, more powerful. Yeah. Okay. This is a long video. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.